I'm Rich Stearns, president of World Vision. Thank you so very much for your generous gift to help the victims of Hurricane Mitch. I'm well aware that this was above and beyond your normal sponsorship gift. That's why I'm sending you this video. I felt this was the best way to let you know just how much your gifts are accomplishing and update you on the crucial needs the people of Honduras are facing right now. I recently returned from Honduras, and I have never seen such destruction in my life. Virtually every World Vision project suffered devastation from Hurricane Mitch. But we were well prepared to respond immediately. Our workers showed incredible strength and dedication. Many of them experienced great loss in their own lives, and yet in the midst of their own suffering, they found the strength to help others. Working around the clock, they ministered to hundreds of thousands of families. Your gifts helped us to do so much that is above and beyond our normal work. We were among the first ones to bring emergency food to hundreds of communities, by horseback, by foot, by helicopter, whatever it took. Medical brigades were brought in to treat the sick and offer comfort to those who were in despair. We delivered blankets, plastic sheeting, building supplies, safe water, everything families needed. All of this was possible because of the generous gifts from friends like you. Thank you so very much. One of our first priorities was to visit every one of our sponsored children. Although most of our sponsored children survived, I am saddened to report that others were not so fortunate. Let me take you to Honduras, where I saw a story of survival and great tragedy. This is the bridge leading into the city of Choluteca, a city in southern Honduras. It's hard to believe, but at the height of the hurricane, the water actually went over the top of the roadway of this bridge. You can see the debris left over here from the trees that were swept down the river. The power and the fury of the flooding and the storm is almost impossible to comprehend. There were more than 300 of these tractor trailers here. This one landed in a tree. Many of them were found miles down the river in the Pacific Ocean.
These men are trying to dig out what was left of their homes.
When I arrived in Honduras, I was met by Jamie Gertson, part of our World Vision team here. It almost looks like a war zone. I've never seen anything quite like this in terms of the destruction. More than 1,000 people died in these homes, buried in mud, drowned, swept away. As I look around here, I see the signs of the shattered lives of the people that lived here. Bits of clothing, broken furniture, personal belongings. One of the most touching things I saw was a Bible open on the ground, covered with mud, a symbol of the faith that these people had and the faith that they will need as they rebuild their lives. After leaving Choluteca, we traveled by car some 2 hours up a steep mountain road to a village called Las Cañas. Jamie introduced me to a woman named Paula and her grandson Mario and told me what had happened there that night.
Mario, ¿qué pasó? ¿De dónde vienen esas piedras?
De allá.
De allá arriba, de la pie de la montaña.
Sí, no sé qué.
The rocks were tumbling, and there's thunder coming from the sky, boulders crashing, and...
I thought it was the end of the world, and I just wanted God to come save me.
It was very difficult for Paula to talk about what happened that night. But as she told me the story, she told me a story of terror. Mario woke up at 1 in the morning because of the noises and the rain, and he asked his mother if he could go out to the bathroom. But he was afraid to go by himself, so she came with him. When they got outside, they saw the terrible conditions. His mother ran back in the house to wake the rest of the family. No sooner had she gone in the house than the mountain collapsed, and these gigantic boulders rolled down the mountain and crushed the house, killing 5 people, including Mario's mother, father, and sister. And Mario was swept down the hill by the avalanche, down into the gully, and was saved by grabbing onto a tree branch. And as he hung there for some 5 hours before dawn broke, he kept crying, "Mama, Mama, get out of the house." When the other people in the village came out and found the tragedy, little Mario was still screaming, "Mommy, get out of the house."
I just asked my God to save me. I was scared.
The men that arrived on the scene that dawn started to dig in the mud to see if anyone could have possibly survived. They dug the debris away, and they found the mother with the baby clutched in her arms. And the miracle of this story is that the baby was still breathing. In the midst of this tragedy, both Mario and his baby sister survived. Mario's older brother, Julio, also survived because the night of the hurricane, he was staying at his grandmother's house. Paula just opened this box that she calls a treasure box to show me something very special that she has. And this is a picture of her daughter who died in the avalanche, and the other little girl that died as well. As I think about what Mario must have gone through that night, and I think of my own children, I try to imagine my own 7-year-old daughter experiencing such a horrible thing and how she would be scarred emotionally. It breaks my heart. She's beautiful. Mario is a World Vision sponsored child. Now his brother Julio needs to be sponsored. His baby sister, Juana Paula, the miracle child who survived this landslide, also needs a sponsor. Child sponsorship is absolutely crucial to the future of these children and to many others here. That's why World Vision is committed to finding 5,000 more sponsors for children in Honduras in the months ahead. The news stories in America have died down, but this tragedy will be with these families for years to come. Their needs are monumental. They need to plant new crops, rebuild their homes, their schools, their clinics, and we need to be here for them for the long haul. They're heavy. We need to show them the love of Christ and show them that the world has not forgotten what has happened here in Honduras, and the world cares about children like Mario and Julio and Juana Paula. It is because of friends like you that we have been able to show the love of Christ to children like these. We've been working in Honduras for more than 20 years, and because of your commitment and faithfulness, we'll be staying with the children and families of Honduras for the long term. We've committed $10 million to our relief and recovery programs to rebuild communities and projects that were absolutely devastated during the hurricane. But frankly, we found that the needs are far worse than we imagined. Years and years of work have been destroyed. Right now, we need to find 5,000 more sponsors for children in Honduras. These are children who live in areas hardest hit by the hurricane. We have their photos ready and waiting. All they need are sponsors to say yes. Perhaps you and your family would consider sponsoring one of these waiting children. Believe me, your gift of $22 a month, as well as your love and prayers and encouragement, will mean so much. You'll help provide nutritious food and regular health checkups. You'll provide seeds and tools so a family can grow food. Through Food for Work programs, you'll help rebuild houses, schools, roads, and clinics. And our workers will offer loving counsel, which is so important to these shattered families. Emotional and spiritual help is as vital as our physical and material assistance. If you can sponsor another child, please just fill out the coupon I've enclosed and mail it today. Or pick up the phone and call the number on the screen, and a World Vision representative will help you choose a boy or a girl right now. We'll send you a photo of this child and information about their life and their family. Children are waiting, so please respond today. If you can't sponsor a boy or girl today, may I ask you to please consider giving a one-time gift to help cover the monumental costs of providing urgent care to sponsored children during this crisis time. What you've already done is helping so much, and we will appreciate whatever you can do today. Please review the materials I've enclosed and consider how you'd like to help. And thank you for remembering our staff and the children we serve in your prayers. God bless you.